Okay, well Piper's now day one following his ear operation to evacuate the hematoma in his ear. He had a little bit of an unsettled night, but it wasn't too bad. He occasionally gave the ear a little bit of a scratch and has occasionally shaken his head, but overall it hasn't been too bad. And although the wound is still open and oozing a little bit, there hasn't been any overt bleeding. And the ear is certainly not looking swollen. Apart from that little bit at the bottom, which was like when we picked him up yesterday, that's the only bit that's a little bit swollen. So we'll keep an eye on that area there. Otherwise, the rest of his ear looks, well, I mean, I use the term fine, as in it doesn't look infected or inflamed. Now, here comes the medicine bits. I might leave the inner antibiotic and the anti-yeast ear drops to last, because that probably be the little bit, probably the bit that's most uncomfortable. So we've got to give him his analgesia. Now this will be the fairly easy one. This is just liquid. The tablet antibiotics though, I am predicting a little bit of difficulty. Piper is notoriously difficult with his monthly heartworm, anti-flea and gutworm tablets. So I brought a can of what we often use to help get down his tablets is whipped cream. So what we'll often do, as you can see, he's fond of whipped cream. The fact he's showing that he's much interest is a good sign. But what I'll often do is put some whipped cream there and then break the tablets up into a little bit. Now I'm going to have to lift up the bowl, because if I put the whipped cream right now, he'll just start eating it straight away. So here's the tablet. There's no way he's going to swallow this. So I will have to break it up. So I'm going to lift this up onto the table. And put a good dollop of whipped cream. As I said, the anti-inflammatory is liquid, so that'll be quite easy just to add to the top of that. This tablet just break into tiny little bits. Now, I know you may not get every single bit of this, but as long as he gets 80 to 90% of it, that'll be fine. So Piper, looks like you're going to be having a bit of whipped cream twice a day for the next week, which I'm sure you won't mind. I'm also sure you would have preferred the whipped cream without having to have an operation. So that's the antibiotic. I might as well add the anti-inflammatories while we're at it. So this is a special vet syringe, and it's quite clever, because if you look up close, it's in fine writing, it actually says how much to drop according to their weight. So it actually goes by kilograms. So he's a 12 kilo dog, so we'll need to draw up to here. So open this up. Put this here, turn it upside down, and draw down to 12. Now this is just a daily medicine. Tip it back up, just put the lid back on. And once again, this will be fairly easy, just squeeze over the top here. Apparently this tastes quite sweet, so this shouldn't be a problem. It's really the antibiotic tablets that's the potential problem. And then let's see Piper enjoy. Come around this way, boy. Here we go. Yum, yum. I might just add a little bit of cream that doesn't have anything added to it. Try and get him started. And then once he starts, we'll just keep eating. Goes to show the dog's good sense of smell. They can smell if there's something not quite right. I knew there was medicine added to that. That's right, now he's eating the main bit. I'll just pick up Piper's little fan here. Look, the dog's eating cream. I know, the dog likes cream. Now for tonight, I mean, give the antibiotics again, but I may not give quite as much whipped cream. I think I was a little bit overly generous there. Piper's almost cat-like in his enjoyment of cream. Okay, well there you go. He's pretty much eaten it all. I mean, yes, there's 1 or 2 little flecks of antibiotics left, but he would have got a solid 80 to 90% of that antibiotic, which should be adequate. Okay, so Spencer, I'll just get you to sit down next to me, and then we'll give Piper his antibiotic ear drops. So we'll do his less painful. Oh, come here, boy. We'll do his less painful side first. Pips. Oh, we'll be careful. Here we go. Take off the lid, and then it's 2 drops. And then just put that in, and then just give the ear a bit of a rub to mix it in. And then the other side, so I'll be a bit more gentle. Be a bit more gentle here. That's the way, boy. A couple of drops. Whoops. I'll put in 3 drops there. And then I'll just rub this one quite gently, because understandably be a bit tender. And there we go. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. And the vet said, don't worry if he shakes his ears a little bit afterwards, so that's to be expected. Okay, so looking forward to Piper's ear being on the road to recovery. And in a couple of weeks' time, when he gets the stitch taken out, hopefully we won't even be able to tell that anything's happened to his ear. All right, Spency?